Hello, and welcome back to Little Alchemist Helper. I know it's been a long time. Well, from when I'm recording this, I know it's been a long time since I've uploaded. I probably uploaded a video showing how to make a heroics deck with the optimizer tool. Hopefully that one and this one will kind of come out at the same time. But having some computer issues, so I'm still here. This is Mr. Anderson, by the way, not Tap Dog. But I'm still here, still making videos. I'm going to record a heroics run with that deck that I made. So kind of while I talk about that, I'm just going to slowly scroll through. This is my heroics deck. This is the accumulation of dust over the years that I've been playing the game, pretty much, and all the cards that I've put dust into, with very limited exception, as shown by that optimizer. But this video is going to be long enough, so I'm not going to drag it out. But there's all of the cards, all 168 of them. It just keeps growing. So the last time I did a heroics run, the rules were a little bit different. You couldn't change your alchemist type, and the bosses didn't use fused final forms. Excuse me. So we'll show you how that changes some things as it comes up. But similarly to last time, this first couple of rounds it's going to be pretty easy. I'm going to try and pick off some of my weaker cards, and I'm building up like a very just large health pool, mainly because you can get hit with a reflect or a crushing blow or a critical strike, and well, that's not very fun. So that's kind of my first step. I actually usually use all of the first 10 fights to build health, and then I start switching back and forth. And then the other thing that I do is I try and limit the amount of orbs that I use to no more than I need. So there I was kind of playing with it, trying to get that vehicle to fit into something, so I, would only generate exactly 5 orbs, not waste any orbs. There's 168 cards. I only get to see 5 at a time. Ultimately, I'm going to end up wasting some orbs, but we try not to. All of these absorb cards that I have, I pretty much just use them as final forms now. I will occasionally use them as an absorb in a pinch, but for me, I think using this HP Plus is a way better deal, I guess, for expending the orbs to get an absorb versus just leaving them in place and letting it accrue 5 health per turn. I have better luck with just getting 5 health per turn, and then flipping the switch when I need to switch it to heal, damage output. So this is the Lucy fight. This is the first time that I really start worrying about the final form, the fused final forms getting played. So I'm going to start keeping a really close eye on how many orbs they make. Very rarely will they play a 3-orb power. It happens just often enough to really screw you up, basically. But when they get to 5 orbs, it's when you really have to be careful about playing very strong crushing blow or critical strike cards that can really end up hurting you. But as you can see, like the fireworks, a relatively low defense card, I don't even need to worry about it. So 4 orbs there, I'm still quote-unquote safe. Yeah. 1 health. 1 measly health. That's really annoying. But again, just kind of, I've fused a lot of cards over the years, and I don't necessarily need their fusion power, but I still include them in the deck because I can always turn it off And just, there I needed 1 health. And luckily 22 attack is pretty solid of a insurance that I'll get it. Yeah, I should have stuck with the last hand. Hindsight's always 20/20 on this kind of things. So there I go, wasting orbs. Yeah, we'll use this one. That was kind of another waste. She only put up 9 defense to begin with. But onward we press. Yeah, I like that. Okay. It's a little bit overkill. Well, not as much as I thought. So, we're about to hit the point where my HP is actually going to pass my card total. It's pretty easy to do when using the HP plus power, and you get 10 every time you restart the battle. But once I flip that to damage mode, you'll see, oh yeah, I've already done it, I've already passed it. You'll see that I lose more health than I lose cards, if that makes sense. And I'll point it out later, kind of as we cross it back the other way. So I like to get however many cards I have remaining, which right now is 135, plus 50 or so in terms of health, just kind of as a nice buffer. And playing and talking sometimes is too much, so I'm dawdling. But it almost always works out to be the 9th or 10th fight. So, and it looks like that's going to be the case here. Oh, last time we made it through 23 bosses, 22 or 23 bosses. But again, that was before the opponents started using alchemy powers. So a goal for this video is 25 bosses. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm only doing this once. But I'm going to throw it out there. That's my goal. We'll see. I've done it once before with a deck that wasn't quite as optimized as this one, and I really hope I can pull it off again for the screen recorder. Let's see, I get so nervous doing that stuff. I'm surprised I haven't been hit by an opponent's diffused final form. So this will probably be the last round where I'm healing. Yep, see there, I'm 3 points over 50. 178 to 125. So this will probably be the last round that I'm healing until we... Oh, and then I get the extra 10. Unless he really comes out kind of guns blazing here, and we'll find that out here in a minute. But he's being slow to orb up, which is nice, especially since I'm also being slow to orb up, and I really don't like that play. I don't like any of these plays. We'll stall. Alright, now he's got 5 orbs. So I don't want to play anything too defensively weak, and I don't want to play anything too offensively weak. Like right there, if I would have really overkilled the power, all of that excess damage that I deal to him, beyond his card's defense, that's coming right back in my face. So that's why I picked the lower power option, because, oh man, and I'm distracted. I meant to switch powers. We'll get it next time. All that extra damage came right back to me, and so I wanted to minimize that. Really? Well, sure, why not Space Dog? Not exactly ideal, but I apparently am not going to draw any of my final forms here for the Elephite. Alright, so now I'm in the exact same predicament. I don't want to play this card because there's a very good chance that she'll play Reflect and even... Oh, nope, Absorb. I would have been just fine playing that card, but that's okay. I can wait a turn. And because she's a healer, I'm going to go with a slightly stronger one. Looks like I didn't need to. Oh, nope, I did. Good thing I went with a slightly stronger one. Okay, so now switch alchemy types. Just back out. All the way back. Edit your deck. Apparently some research finished. You can switch it or you can just change decks. That's faster. So I'll do that. Little tip for those of you who are still with us. Do this very exciting video. Again, not a huge fan of my options, but so now the paradigm is shifted. We're in attack mode. So I really got to keep a close eye on my health and not let it get too low, because I can just get knocked out. The other thing I'm trying to do, hey look, there's Final Form on 3 orbs. You don't see it very often. It's usually Anna or Albert, or it's usually before Lucy, but when the boss cycle starts over, they have the same properties. So even though that was Anna 2, like, she's still much more likely, and so is Albert here, to play those 3 orb cards. So keep an eye out for that, but usually they don't do too much damage. Usually you're okay. But like I was saying earlier, before I got distracted, you need to keep a very close eye out for your health, because depending on how many fire types or elementalists you end up playing, your health can be depleted kind of even though you're blocking all of the card attack damage, and very quickly, especially if you can't take out some of these higher bosses in just a couple of rounds. So I played with this deck a few times during the last week. One disadvantage that I've noticed is that I'm just not... There's some new combo cards. I mean, they're bronze and silver, but new in the sense that I haven't used them in quite a long time, and it's just like I can't always remember all the combos when I'm looking at whether or not I want to keep a hand. So, some of you may have noticed, I don't... in my last video I said I don't include cards unless they're as high of level as I want. I changed that. Now that my opponent has full orbs, and I actually have one of these in my hand, I threw a couple of cards in that I could relatively get above 20 defense, and this is where I use them. My opponent gets full orbs, I try and throw them out there. That time it didn't work, but just to kind of, see, that's that perfect ground where they play a Reflect. You have over 20 defense, but very little attack. None of it comes back at you. It's a very ideal situation, but I was off by 1 round, unfortunately. So, on to fight number 14. We're sitting okay. I still have 90-something cards. I think we can still get through the 25th boss. I don't think that's outside of the realm of possibility. This round has gone pretty good, especially for filming. I know when I tried to film my other Heroics run, I filmed it over and over and over again, and it just felt like I was having bad luck because I had the camera on, but I don't seem to be experiencing that today. There, again, I could have played a 35 attack card, but I wanted that more leveled out because Lucy was full orbs. Now that she has none, I still don't need that 35 attack card, so I'm still going to go with the more defensive one and try and hold on to some of my health. the later bosses here start to get very, very efficient at removing health from you. This is a terrible hand, though. This is a terrible hand, and I'm going to take a hit. Okay, I can live with that. I can live with that. That's not the end, but it doesn't get any better. Alright, so here's some final forms. I was using them as healers. There's the other reason I don't bother putting big attack cards up. Leopold just played a curse card, wiped out my complete attack. It would have made playing one of these almost like a complete waste. It does draw out the hands a little bit, so you do get a little bit more of that fire damage taken, which always hurts, but there's much better than wasting a fused critical strike card or even this. Man, I don't feel that great about that. Yeah, that's 17 damage. That's quite a bit. I mean, they max their hits out around 22, and then it's got to go through your card's defense. And so when they can pull 17 actual HP on a single turn, that hurts. But I really needed the orbs. So this is like a perfect starting situation. I have full orbs, I have final form cards, and I have a fused critical strike. So I'm going to start with the final form. That way I get the burn damage on the first turn. They don't have time to orb all the way up. I can safely play my critical strike card, and then I can turn around and start getting orbs again. And if you're lucky, which I wasn't, because I didn't draw any more good combo cards, you can kind of complete that whole cycle and then start your next round in the exact same position. So, I mean, I'll do that to some extent depending on the cards that I draw. But I ended the round with full orbs, which, if you can do, will make such a big difference that I think a lot of people don't realize. It gives you a lot more flexibility to open the hand with. So here I have, I mean, this is a decent crushing blow card. I don't have much to follow up, though. That's alright, we'll play it. But as you can see, now my health is 91 and my card pool is 70. So even though I had almost 100 extra, I'm down to 20. So it's just this round they've been playing those fire orbs or the elementalist orbs like crazy, and they just burn through your health lightning fast. Yep, this is my best defensive card. Ouch. Ouch. That's why I'm always looking for good defensive cards. So now, paradigm shifted again. I have fewer cards than I have less health than I have cards. I'm going to go back, switch my deck around. This is the other way to do it. I don't like doing it this way. It's slow. Sorry. Pop that back to deck slot 2. So yeah, it remembers the cards that you have. So even if you change deck slots, I don't know. I don't know if that's intentional or not. But you can change your alchemy power with 2 less loading screens. So no fused final forms. Not going to play that defensive card right off the bat. Okay. We'll play this until I have probably about 100 health again or so, give or take. And then there's where your defensive card, when they're 5 orbs, just kind of backfires because they play a crushing blow and it just eats right through your defense anyway. But it's kind of a better safe than sorry situation. depending on how this plays out, I might actually be ready to switch back at the end of this, because this is just eating cards like crazy. We'll go one more round as healer, and then we'll switch back. And honestly, Xanther, when he got his fused final forms, he became a mean opponent. Xanther 1 is mean, Xanther 2, which is who we're fighting now, is mean, and I've never seen Xanther 3, but I'm sure he's just as mean. So we're going to heal through this, and we're probably going to, he ended up picking healer, so we're probably going to end up with just a ridiculous amount of health, but better safe than sorry. I still have enough cards. There's 13 of it, though. Not paying attention. Talking to you guys, and I'm not paying attention. Still have enough cards. We should be able to make. We should be able to make it. Well, I guess I'm going to be defensive. Perfect. Won't take him out, but it will certainly get him close. Okay, so now do I block or do I get orbs? I block. It's the same defense. Okay, I'm glad with that. I went with that. 1 point. Why is it always 1? It's okay. Well, we'll enter the new fight full of orbs, just short of 100 health. We'll try and clean out these last few bosses, as many as I can go with my deck. But certainly have enough health again. So back. Put it back to deck 3 with that Master Elementalist. Let's click the right button. There we go. See if we can get some fused. No fused final forms. It's okay. We'll ride this out as long as we can. See, there's perfect example. I dealt 0 health. She dealt 0 damage to me, or I dealt 0 damage to her. She lost all of her orbs. I lost a single card that I don't care about. It's like the perfect situation for those cards, and it's the whole reason I have them in this deck. And I really, we'll go with Spectre. Really go back and forth on whether or not they help, but I'm pretty quickly settling on they help, especially since I've added more combo cards, and I don't see them quite so often. I think in my previous version, which I never made a video about, of this deck, I was a little bit oversaturated on those defensive cards. There's definitely a limit to how many of them are useful. 24, perfect, 8. Thank you. 0 is so much more gratifying than 1. Okay, so that's 20 bosses. Let's see if we can get 5 more. I have 39, so 40 cards. It's an average of 6 cards per fight. That's definitely doable. It's not going to be the easiest thing in the world, but it's definitely not impossible. So yeah, we'll go with the diamond version. Definitely glad I did that. Okay. 15. Oh, if we can keep this up, that will be perfect. 21. The nice thing is, once you start the cycle back over, like with Anna, so Anna 3, they get a lot easier to beat again. I mean, their health pools are still really, really high, and it's a lot of health to chew through, but the actual cards they play get are fairly weak, and so that's a huge help. Alright, let's see what we can do here. I don't want to deal too much damage. Well, I have 68 health. We're risking it. Let's try and knock him out. No! That was a terrible decision. That was a terrible decision. I got greedy. And I'm not saying that one Onyx card is going to make or break the run. Obviously, this is the 23rd round. We're still doing okay. It's just... this was so clean. Nothing majorly regrettable up until that point. Yep. This is just kind of another old card that I still have. Doesn't have a ton of use. But, I mean, it worked. I took a lot of damage playing that flip card, but it worked. Okay. Oh, wow. 3rd place. Okay, here's round 24. I certainly have the cards to do it. I haven't been keeping very close track on exactly what's left, though. But by raw number of cards, I should be able to do it. And here, we're just going to waste some stuff. Sorry about that. Ooh, that's no good. That's no good at all. And then there I'm having to put together 2 high-end cards, which I don't really like doing. Yeah, baseball bat's definitely better. Okay, thank you for not reflecting that right back into my face. Here, I'm just going to let the fire damage finish this out. Okay, so I have 8 plus 4 cards. I have 12 cards to beat the next boss. But I don't think I have enough health. I mean, it all comes down to what alchemy power they pick. Leopold picks. I didn't change. If I go healer, I might not have enough power to knock them all the way out. But, yeah. I mean, that's the best case scenario. Yeah, 14 HP just isn't enough, though. Alright, I'm going to keep this hand. I actually like it. There's not a ton there to work with, but... Goomy worms. Oh... We'll do that. Okay, definitely happy with that decision. I might not have a power card. And it's not looking like I do. 19 damage. Well, that was a waste. Oh. And I'm off somehow. I must have bumped a card out at some point in time. Because I should have an even number of combo cards. So close. So close. That's disappointing. We'll do that. We'll see how low we can get him. Yep, I just needed... Oh, I needed one more. I needed one more fused final form. That's too bad. I really wanted to do 25. That was the goal. The last time I did one of these heroics runs, that for me to say I would make a new one, but I mean the game has changed so much, and I did a whole optimizer video about making a heroics deck. So I really just want to let you guys know we're still here. It's been quiet on the channel. I know there hasn't been a lot of uploads. I'm finally getting my computer put back together. It's been a paperweight for way too long now, but I think I'm finally getting the last bits of software reinstalled, so I should be able to edit and upload here again real shortly, and then I'll probably have a couple of videos basically just as fast as I can edit them, which will be nice. But thanks and welcome. We've gotten a ton of new growth even without new videos, so I know you guys are out there. I know you guys are still playing this game. When I'm recording this, I know there wasn't an Android update. Be patient, it's coming. Hey look, a fake rank 2. I don't know why the leaderboard does this where it puts someone in at 0. So, yeah, realistically I'm in 4th place with that. And it doesn't look like Top Dog has played yet, so I won't stay there. That's for sure. But that's all I have for you guys. Thanks for sticking around. I know this was a long one. But if you've got any questions or comments, swing by the Discord. There's a link in the description, or leave a comment below. Thanks. Bye.